Welcome to the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast, a show all about reviewing dinosaurs on a scale of 1 to 10 fossils before only the elite terrible lizards make it into the prehistoric cage match. This program is presented by the Stomp Chomp Roar Company and can be heard within all the rock layers across the planet. Grab your dinosaurs and your official scorecard because it's now time to dig for dinosaurs. Here's your Mesozoic host, Dinosaur Ranger Anthony.
Here we go again, everybody. Welcome back to the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast. My name is Dinosaur Ranger Anthony, and I first off want to wish everybody a happy holidays. Welcome, everybody. It is the Christmas season, and actually, no matter what holiday you celebrate during the month of December, I want to wish everybody out there a very happy holidays. We celebrate the holiday of Christmas here at the Stomp Chomp Roar House, so we are very excited to hit Christmas Eve later this week and hit Christmas on Saturday. We're going to have so much fun, and we can't wait for Santa Claus like on the dinosaur, to visit our house and give us those full stockings full of goodies, toys, and everything you can think of. So everybody, happy holidays from Dinosaur Ranger Anthony and the Stomp Chomp Roar Company. Now today is Unlucky Podcast Species number 13. So I had to pick an odd dinosaur, a very odd dinosaur. And before we jump right into it, let me go over a couple quick things with you guys. A little bit of company news. I want to give a shout out there. A very happy birthday to AJ. We went and did a birthday party for her last weekend, and she turned 4 years old. So happy birthday, AJ. We also, you guys, booked 7 daycares over the last week. We booked 7 daycares for January. So our January calendar, our schedule is filling up fast, and I cannot wait to stomp, chomp, and roar into the new year, everybody. Well, you guys, last weekend we also did a Christmas lights display event at the Stomp Chomp Roar House. Go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/StompChompRoar, and you can see the event, the pictures that I took of my Christmas lights display, everybody. I had inflatable dinosaurs. They were behind an electric fence. I wrapped in holiday lights. Around 200 cars drove by the event. Tons of pictures, a ton of hellos, and we sold out of our dig kits. I was selling some of the dig kits that we have on our website at StompChompRoar.com/store. We were selling those at our event, and we completely sold out of those, you guys. So it was just an awesome event, and I cannot wait to do something similar possibly next year, or maybe a different holiday throughout 2022. Now, you guys, you can also go ahead and check out the Dinosaur George Kids podcast. Why? Because on his Nano Tyrannus episode, I believe it was episode 51, about the Nano Tyrannus, Dinosaur George interviews me, Dinosaur Ranger Anthony. It was tons of fun, you guys. I gave you a little bit of sneak peek on our last podcast episode, and I told you that I might have been interviewed by Dinosaur George. Well, I was, and it was just tons of fun, and I cannot thank DG, Dinosaur George, enough for giving me the opportunity to speak to his podcast viewers, his listeners. He's got such a, almost 200,000 downloads, so it was very nice to be able to talk to all of his listeners that listen to Dinosaur George. So thank you, Dinosaur George. Now it is time to review species number 13. What is unlucky number 13? Which dinosaur is it going to be on the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast? And it's going to be the Therizinosaurus. Such an odd and a unique dinosaur, and he has those gigantic claws, and it kind of fits in with Santa Claus. Santa with the huge claws. Maybe there was a Santa Claus dinosaur. I don't know. Maybe it was Therizinosaurus. Let's go ahead and dive right in, you guys. I'm going to pull up my official scorecard. Remember, you guys can print this off for free on my website. Just go to stompchomproar.com, click on the Science Lab tab, and you'll see the post about the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast, and you can print off for free the official scorecard so that you guys can go ahead and score your own dinosaurs at home and be able to follow along with me, Dinosaur Ranger Anthony, or you can go and review your own dinosaur species. But let's go ahead and jump right in today. We're doing the Seath lizard, and it means Therizinosaurus. The Seath lizard. A seath is kind of something a tool that people use to cut grass or cut crops on a farm. So a Seath lizard, it kind of is because he's got those gigantic claws, and we'll go over his claws here in just a moment. But the Therizinosaurus, its dinosaur order, its type, it is a Saurischian dinosaur, and it is lizard-hipped. And then, you guys, it falls into the Theropoda, the theropods family. Can you believe it? A herbivore, maybe a herbivore, falling into the theropods family. I always tell you guys, theropods, meat-eating, two-legged Saurischian dinosaurs. But yet, we've got our Therizinosaurus falling in here, and we're going to talk more about him. But he is a bipedal dinosaur, a carnivore, I don't know, maybe a little bit of an omnivore, but we will find out more. He also finds himself in the Therizinosaurids family. Now, how big was this dinosaur? Its length, its height, and its weight, you guys. Well, the Therizinosaurus is up to 33 feet long and up to 13 feet high. He can also weigh about 6,000 pounds. So it's, pretty long. Our T-Rex, to compare him, our T-Rex is getting the size of a school bus, about 40 feet long, whereas our Therizinosaurus is a little bit shorter, 7 feet shorter, down into 33 feet long. And he's about 13 feet high. So a kind of a good-sized, medium-sized dinosaur is our Therizinosaurus. Now, its speed, well, how fast could the Therizinosaurus be? He's a moderately slow dinosaur, about 3 to 5 miles per hour, bipedal, walking on those two legs, and he walked on 4 toes. Now, could this dinosaur species be a quadrupedal dinosaur? Could it get down on all fours, kind of like some of our other hadrosaur dinosaurs do? More probably not. He's got those gigantic claws on his hands. So if you can imagine, you guys go give yourself huge claws and then you try walking on all 4. Those front claws on your front hands are just going to be digging into the dirt, into the sediment, into the ground constantly. And it probably wouldn't have been very effective. He would have been even slower because those claws would have been getting caught on the ground and whatnot. So I believe he was staying more a bipedal stance, walking on those 2 legs. Now let's talk about the weapons. The defense. What kind of defense items did this dinosaur have? Well, he's got that long neck, a small head up at the top, and he's kind of got like a big pot belly. He's got a big belly on him. Very unique, odd dinosaur, like I told you guys. He has small leaf-shaped teeth, so probably a herbivore. He doesn't got big serrated teeth like our Tyrannosaurids and our other theropod counterparts. So he's got those leaf-shaped teeth, and we find those on herbivores, specifically on his cousin of the Therizinosaurus, the Segnosaurus, which is falls in the same Therizinosaurids family. He has, that dinosaur species, the Segnosaurus, has those small leaf-shaped teeth. So, probably a herbivore, maybe a little bit omnivore, could have found some little tiny lizards, little rodents and things like that, but probably mainly eating vegetations, seeds, twigs, that kind of stuff. Now, he has 8-foot-long arms with up to 36-inch claws. So I've got a claw right here in front of me. This one isn't quite as big as the 36 inches, but it is still pretty impressive. It is the biggest claw that I have in my collection, and that's because it is the longest clawed animal ever to be found on our planet of Earth. And he probably could have used it to pull down vegetation, pull down branches from some of the conifer trees so that it could keep itself fed all throughout the day. today. Feathers, this dinosaur probably didn't have, it didn't have evidence of feathers, but more than likely, like some of the other theropods, it probably would have had some kind of feathers all throughout its body. So I've got a toy figure right here in front of me from Schleich. It's our Therizinosaurus. You can tell he has some of the feathers on him, but some, some big, vibrant colors. We see the pigments in feathers. So something interesting, you guys. Feather pigments. They have found brown, gray, black, and white. So those are some of the color pigments that scientists, paleontologists have been able to discover in the feathers of dinosaurs. We haven't found any blues, greens, reds, orange, purples, any of those vibrant colors that maybe you'd see on some birds today or peacocks. We haven't seen those kind of pigments in species of dinosaurs. So this figure right in front of me has some blues, reds, oranges. He looks very cool, but probably wouldn't have had those colors back during the Mesozoic era. So, but mainly our Therizinosaurus, its biggest defense item is those huge claws. Could it have used it in battle? Could it have used it to defend itself from other dinosaurs, specifically carnivores that might be trying to attack it and make it its lunch or dinner? So when did this dinosaur live, and how long did the species live during the Mesozoic era? Well, our Therizinosaurus is about 75 to 70 million years ago during the Cretaceous period. It's found in Mongolia over in Asia, and it was found by a Soviet and Mongolian expedition back in 1948. So the Cold War within the world had been going on between the United States and the Soviet Union. So the expedition to find these fossils were by Soviet and Mongolian teams. An expedition went in, found the fossils of our Therizinosaurus back in 1948, and it was named in 1954 by Evgeny Maleev. And they first thought that it might be a turtle. They weren't really sure because they didn't find very much fossil evidence of the creature, of the species. They had the big long claws and some other body parts, but weren't really sure that it was a dinosaur. So they first believed it was a prehistoric turtle. How unlucky is it to be named a turtle and not a dinosaur? I compare the Therizinosaurus to more of like a dinosaur sloth. A big sloth dino, relatively slow, has those big giant claws like a sloth does. Just very unique, a very odd dinosaur. He is definitely one of his own. He just, you can't compare him to anyone else in the dinosaur order or families. So you guys, that is a little bit more about our Therizinosaurus. He's about 33 feet long, up to 13 feet high, 6,000 pounds, relatively slow, I believe staying on that bipedal stance, walking on those two legs, has a long, slender neck, small head at the top, a pot belly, really chunky, eating all those vegetations, twigs, seeds, maybe some very small, animals. Could make it an omnivore, which means it's eating plants and meat. It has those leaf-shaped teeth, those 8-foot-long arms with those 36-inch claws, the longest clawed animal ever to be discovered. Probably had some kind of feathery evidence on it, and it was not a turtle, you guys. It is a dinosaur. So where are we going to put this odd, Seath lizard, turtle-like, dinosaur, sloth-like creature on the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast, you guys? It was weird. I really had to think about this one. I couldn't, it was difficult because this is a very unique and odd dinosaur. But at the end of the day, I decided to give Therizinosaurus a 6.9. 6.9 on our official fossil scale here at the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast. So there you have it, everyone, a 6.9 for our Therizinosaurus. Still, a good score. He's above 5, so about above 500, above 50%. So I'm very happy where our Therizinosaurus lies within our fossil score. A 6.9, so a little bit higher than our Velociraptors at a 6.5 and lower than our Margosaurus that was rated a 7.4. So there you have it, everybody. 6.9 for our Therizinosaurus. I want to thank you all for joining me today for podcast species number 13. And remember, you guys can join the Stomp Chomp Roar Patreon Club for as low as $5 a month. become of one of 3 tiers. We have the Triassic Squad, the Fossil Hunters, and the Raptor Pack. Yesterday, I ordered the first Raptor Pack welcome gift. It's a Junior Ranger badge lanyard that I'll send to Lucky Lincoln out there as our first Raptor Pack member. So shout out to Lincoln for being 001 in the Raptor Pack. Now on January 1st, I will release the Zoom calendar for all the Zoom lessons for January, so be on the lookout for that so you know what kind of lessons we're going to do in January. A quick joke for you guys. What do Therizinosaurids throw in the winter? What do Therizinosaurids throw in the winter? How about a slow ball? That's it, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Dinosaur Review for Kids. Remember, you guys, everyone out there, have a wonderful holiday season, and I can't wait to see you next time. And as always, my name is Dinosaur Ranger Anthony. Keep digging for dinosaurs. See you guys later.